Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name's Anna, and on this channel I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today I'm bringing you along to show you a nice little way that I have found to save a lot of money on chicken feed. What I do is before I found this out, I would just go to the feed store and I would just buy the bags of the scratch and peck feed. It is a fantastic locally grown, locally milled, whole grain, soy free. You can get it with or without corn, and it's just a whole grain fantastic feed, and I love this stuff. But this stuff is mad expensive. So I was kind of just doing some looking around, and somebody had mentioned that they offer a wholesale program. And so I ended up looking that up and found it out, and you can sign up with them as like a business, or you can sign up with them as a business, and then basically you can just buy wholesale from them, and their minimum order is 2,000 pounds, and it's about $1,000. So basically it's half the price as what I would pay for in the big feed bags at the store. And so there is a little bit of an initial investment, obviously. I mean, it's $1,000 to go and buy this trailer full of feed, but this feed lasts about 6 months or so. So it's a pretty good investment, I would say, with that. And it could also last longer than 6 months too, depending on how many birds you have. That's calculated at about 30 birds. I have more than 30 birds, but I am in the process of selling off a bunch of them, and hopefully I'll get it under 30. My husband would like to see more like 20. We're still in negotiations on that one, so we'll see how that goes. But really, he's probably going to win on that one because I got a lot of birds. So anyways, I wanted to show you, last time that this is the second time that I've done this. The first time I did it, I also bought a whole bunch. I bought a half of the amount of chick starter and half of the amount of meat bird feed. And so I still have those, and those are going to be ready to go here in the next couple of months for this coming year's birds. And then I bought a bunch of these big giant 55-gallon plastic barrels. I really like these because they have a seal on them, so nothing's going to get in of them, nothing's going to get out of them. They're also plastic, so it's not like metal that's going to have a lot of condensation on it. And I can definitely attest to it. We store it outside. It was fantastic. We had no water damage to it whatsoever. It is outside under cover, I should preface that, but is still outside, and so it has just served us fantastically. The first time we bought this, we probably didn't save a tremendous amount of money because we did have to invest in all of these little drum barrel things. We had, I want to say we had 4 of them already that just came with the house. And so we just went out to the feed store. They think they're about $30, $35, something like that. And it stores a lot in there. It stores 55 gallons. So it has a tremendous capacity in there. And I want to say it filled 8 of them. I could be totally wrong. I'll tell you at the end. But I wanted to kind of give you a rundown on it. It costed $1,000, like $1,100 really. So I just did the math at $1,100 because we also had to rent this trailer because I don't have a trailer that I can use for this. So we rented this trailer. It was like $25, and my son went and picked it up, and I just pitched in a little bit extra for his trouble for going down there. And so that's about all there was to it. You can also have it delivered. At least with the scratch and peck feeds, you can have it delivered. It costs like $120 to $150. Could be worth it to you. I don't know. It was worth it to me to just pay my kid a little bit to go and pick it up. So that's what we ended up doing. But that is an option, and I'm sure wherever you have in your local mill around you, I'm sure that there's probably a similar program for this. And I'm sure the minimum order for everybody is going to be a little bit different. And you don't have to have a business license in order to do this. You just have to sign up as a business account. I don't have a business license, and I probably will at some point in the fairly near future become like an LLC, but that'll happen at some point in the future. Probably the near future, but we'll see how that goes. So anyways, I want to bring you and I'm going to bring you in, and I'm just going to kind of show you my process that I figured out last time that worked the best. Shovels don't work the best. Feed scoops don't work the best. They take forever. The best thing that works is a 4-gallon bucket. That was the best thing that I found last time, and it made it go super quick. And then also, if you're going to be lugging these things around by yourself, they're really light when they're empty, but you need a hand truck if you're going to move it by yourself later on, or honestly if you're going to move it with anybody. A hand truck is super handy, and if you're renting a trailer, you can get the dolly with the trailer, so it works out pretty well. You can twist and roll them if you want to, but I find that risks damaging the barrels, and it's a lot more difficult to actually pull off. So if you have a dolly, great. If not, you can make it work, but get a dolly. All right, so we got everything all set up. I want to show you, this is the feed that I actually feed them. Hopefully that'll show through. So you can see it's corn-free, it's soy-free, it has all the information and the percentages and all that kind of stuff that I don't really understand, but maybe some people do. But this is it's a really fantastic organic feed that I really feel good about feeding my chickens, because ultimately my chickens feed me. So that's why I like to do it. And as you can see, they're all just kind of gathered right there, thinking I'm gonna feed them. I already fed them this morning. And when I'm all done with this, I'll probably give them another scoop or two, because they're pretty excited and just kind of watching. So you can see here, I normally these come in one big, giant, tall super sack. This was normally just one big tower on a pallet. I asked them, and I pay a little bit extra, it's like $10 or something extra, and they will bag it, they'll separate it into 2 super sacks. So it's a little more manageable, and I prefer it that way. I just would rather pay the little bit of extra money and get the extra sack, and so that's how it works out for me. And you can see they package it up pretty well for the time of year. Last time I got it was in the summer, and it was just the super sack like this, and they didn't put like the plastic covering on it, and so I was kind of worried about that picking it up this time. And we made sure that it was a clear day. It's cloudy, and I was kind of concerned it might start raining, but when my son went to pick it up, it was not raining. So we were pretty relieved to find they packaged it up really well. Obviously they think things through. I'm sure they deal with this stuff all the time, because people come pick up feed with an open trailer, so they have to have a way to actually transport it. So anyways, I'm gonna stop babbling, and I'm just gonna show you what we got here. It's a huge bag. There's a reason they call it a super bag. As you can see, this thing is really heavy when it's full. Like, it's insane. Alright. So, that is one. I'm going to go ahead and speed up through all of this. You don't need to see every single detail. Speed through this. I'll let you know how many of these filled up, and I'll show you the way that we like to store them. Are you flexing? I love you. So it's definitely not the next day, but it is a new day. And so I'm back to show you what we ended up with on all of the chicken feed. So what we ended up with, we already had 5 of these were full. 3 of them are broiler and 2 of them are chick starter. And then so this one is our layer feed. And then we got those 4 are also layer. I don't think you can see all 4. Anyways, all 4 of these are filled with layer. And then in here we have 2 of the barrels filled. So we ended up with 6 barrels full, and I hope that that gives you a good idea of what to expect if or when you end up buying bulk feed from a feed mill. I'm sure there are varying ways of doing it. I'm sure that different feed mills have different quotas and different ways of doing things, but that is how Scratch and Peck works. That's how it ended up working for me. So we ended up getting this at about half the cost of what it would have cost to purchase in store. It was about 50 cents per pound, which I know is not a screaming deal for most kinds of feed, but scratch and peck around here is about $1 a pound, if not maybe a little more. No, it's just under $1 a pound. So it's definitely worth it to us on our homestead to purchase bulk feed. And especially now that we have purchased all of these barrels, $30 a piece, and now they're ours and we can use them and reuse them every single time. So we have great storage. It's underneath this lean-to. They're sealed very tight, so no animals or rodents should be able to get in there. And if they do, then we have cats, so they usually get rid of them. But we haven't had any signs of rodent damage at all, so we feel very safe and very confident keeping the feed out here. And it's out of the way, it's out of the weather, and it just works out well for us. I hope that this helps you be able to decide if buying bulk feed is for you. Just to give you some perspective, we have gone through this barrel, and it is now March. So it's been 2 months, and we went through one of these barrels here with our level of chickens that we have. So it will definitely last much longer. I'm slowly selling chickens. I just like to have all this stuff on hand, don't have to worry about it in case anything happens. The price of feed goes up, which I'm sure pretty much everything is going up and will continue to go up, especially the gas prices and everything. Everything's just insane. So now is definitely a better time than tomorrow to buy pretty much any of this kind of stuff. You definitely want to get stocked up. This time of year is baby chick season. We actually just got our email notification, and our first batch of meat birds were hatched. Well, not just meat birds, it's actually meat birds in a couple of layers. Those ones have hatched today, and they are in the mail, and I'm super duper excited about that. And since not this time, but the last time that we bought the feed, we have all the chick starter and all the broiler that we need for this entire year. So I'm pretty excited. It's great to have that on hand. Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to wonder if the stores are going to run out. Don't have to wonder if the prices are going to go straight through the roof. None of that kind of stuff, because we have it on hand. I hope that this inspires you to go and figure out the bulk feed buying process in your area at whatever feed mill that you have. You can buy, the best of the best, or you can buy regular, just conventional raised feed. All of those are available at feed stores to purchase in bulk. If you guys have any further questions on anything that I might have missed covering in this video, make sure you let me know down below. Or if you guys have any ideas of things that work for you when you're buying your bulk feed, let me know down below, as well as storage or any of that kind of stuff. We would all love to learn from you, and I can also help answer any questions that you might have about the process. So let me know down below, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, or if you learned anything or you just want to be awesome, go ahead and hit a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe down below. It's right there. Just hit that little button right there. Come on, do it. Just hit the button. And then we'll see you next time. Bye.